Our time on Earth has brought us many mysteries that have remained unsolved until today. Mysteries that only have theories to explain them, and some just utter confusion. From the disappearance of Amelia Earhart to how 3 inmates escaped the impenetrable Alcatraz prison, I bring you 5 infamous American mysteries. First up, we have an absolute classic that I'm sure the majority of the people in this class have heard of, the disappearance of Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was born on July 24th, 1897, and lived to make many daring trips across the globe with the invention of airplanes. She was even the first woman to make a solo trip across the Atlantic Ocean in an aircraft.
Nice.
She wanted to be the first woman to go around the world, so in 1937 she set off. Studies show that she was in the center of the Atlantic Ocean when she went missing. And from the moment she left California, she was never seen or heard from again. No plane wreckage or body was ever found. What happened to her? Did she just enter an unloaded chunk and despawn? Next, we have the lost colony of Roanoke, which took place before the 13 colonies had even been created. A small English colony of only 115 people was established in 1587 on an island along the east coast. They needed more supplies, so the mayor of the colony, a dude named John White, left his wife and daughter behind to go to England. He planned to make his way back immediately, but Queen Elizabeth called for every ship to be used in a conflict, including John White's. He was stuck in England for 3 years until he finally managed to make his way back with the supplies they needed. Here's the weird part. When John White got back to his colony, he found it a ghost town. All of his fellow colonists had completely disappeared. The houses had been taken down, and in their place stood a well-built, defendable fort. We still don't know why they had built this fort. The only possible evidence of their disappearance was the word Croatoan engraved in a tree. Historians nowadays think the colony probably grew desperate for resources and left, joining the Roanoke Native American tribe nearby. However, we might never know for sure. Next, you've probably heard of the Alcatraz prison escape, where 3 prisoners suspected of robbing banks somehow escaped the apparently highest security prison ever. The 3 prisoners were Clarence Anglin, John Anglin, and Frank Morris, and for 30 years nobody had ever escaped. They crafted an ingenious plan in which they tunneled their way to freedom with nothing more than spoons from the cafeteria and a raft made out of raincoats and tape. They even crafted papier-mâché heads to fool the guards while they were making their tunnel. They managed to get to the water, but that's all we know happened. By the time the security guards realized what happened, it was far too late. A full-on manhunt was ordered, but to no avail. Many law enforcement officials said that the prisoners all died when they got to the water, but there is no evidence to prove it. San Francisco Bay is notoriously cold and treacherous, with strong and deadly currents. Did they make it out alive? We may never know. Our 4th mystery is a less well-known one, in which a man known as D.B. Cooper pulled off an insane money-making heist without leaving his plane. Around 1970, he boarded a plane heading from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. According to witnesses, D.B. Cooper calmly informed a flight attendant that he had a bomb on board, which I'm pretty sure is illegal, but I'm not sure. He ordered the plane to land as scheduled. He had taken everyone in the plane hostage, and once it reached Seattle, he demanded $200,000, about $1.5 million in today's money, and a parachute in exchange for the hostages he had taken. The local authorities obliged his request, and D.B. Cooper released the hostages without issue. That was everyone except the pilots. He ordered them to fly him to Mexico and to stay in the cockpit the entire flight. Once they were in the air, he instructed them to fly slowly and relatively low to the ground. After they had traveled for a short period of time, D.B. Cooper unlocked the door to the plane and yeeted himself off the plane. No one has ever seen him since, and the money or a potential body was never recovered. The police claim he died in his escape attempt, but there is no evidence. I personally think that he's chilling in Costa Rica. Our fifth mystery took place in the most important year in the entire universe, 2010. My birthday.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
But for real though, this mystery took place on New Year's Eve of 2010 in Beebe, Arkansas. There were fireworks, big get-togethers, and the usual festivities. And out of the blue, quite close to midnight, more than 5,000 birds started to panic and fly around in a frenzy. The pack of the birds flew into buildings, homes, and vehicles, dying on impact.
This is truly a mystery here in Beebe, Arkansas, as people in this town are still scrambling to kind of figure out what exactly went wrong here. But it was kind of paint a picture for you. On New Year's Eve, just before midnight, thousands of these birds in a very small area of Beebe just literally started falling out of the sky. People woke up on New Year's Day and found dozens of these red-winged blackbirds just laying in the grass on rooftops, covering the streets everywhere. As you mentioned, some 5,000 of them, and no one really knows what happened to these birds.
Afterwards, the incident was blamed on the fireworks, and they were banned to make sure the horrible event did not happen again. However, on New Year's of 2011, the exact same thing happened again, except only 2,000 birds this time. People were extremely confused because even with the absence of fireworks, it still happened. Next year in 2012, the people of Beebe were ready for it to happen again, but nothing happened. And it hasn't happened since 2011. Experts have no clue what could explain this tragedy, but it has remained a mystery ever since. And that's the end of my presentation. Please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed, and you better have taken sufficient notes or I'll disembowel you.